Welcome, friends, family, whoever is out there watching this. Welcome to Storytime with Rob. Glad to have you with us today. I am here, as you can see, not in my living room. We got our chores done today. We got a lot of stuff done, and we decided to come out and go fishing. So we're here at beautiful Yellow Jacket Lake on a beautiful afternoon. We have caught a few fish, and as they say here, the fish we caught were only about that big, but here where we're from, we measure them between the eyes. So anyway, just a fishing joke. Anyway, so my story today is just kind of a funny story. It's actually a true story, happened. And when I was younger, I think I was about 14, we used to go fishing every single year at Soldier Creek Reservoir. And it was a high lake, and where we lived, they had specific fishing seasons. So you couldn't fish at certain times of the year. You had to go on the opening. So we would always go the opening, I think it was around May 1st, and we would always park our trailer right next to the boat ramp, and we would come the day before and load our boat and tie it up next to where we camped. And my grandfather, Grandpa Pay, my dad, and me would always go fishing. And we would come specifically the day before, one, to get the best camp spot, but we loved that spot because we could watch all the people that night, the steady stream of boats and campers unloading the boats on the ramp. And this was particularly fun because most of these people would bring these boats down the camp, the boat ramp, and try to unload them. And what would happen generally is the older gentleman, the husband, would always back it all the way down into the water, and then he would get out, walk across the tongue of the boat trailer, climb into the boat, unhook it, and then the wife only had to go about 25 or 30 feet back so that he could unload it, and then he could drive it over and dock it. Well, that 25 and 30 feet became very, very interesting, okay, because a lot of these wives had no idea how to back up a trailer. Even though it was perfectly straight, they would manage to jackknife it this way and that way all the time. And so it became quite interesting. Many times we had to go over and help bail these people out. So the one time particular that I'm going to tell you about, we were sitting there, it was late at night, and they had lights there. This guy comes down, he backs it all the way in, and he stops, he jumps into the boat and moves some of his fishing gear and what have you, and then his wife had to back it the other 20 feet. She manages to just jackknife this boat like you can't believe. And he is getting madder and madder and madder. And he's screaming at her, just yelling at the top of his lungs. And we're watching this whole thing unfold, and normally we take pity on him and want to go over and help back it in, but this guy was so ornery that we just had a hard time doing it. So it got so bad that when he finally just backed it all the way into the water himself, waded through the water, jumped into the boat, unhooked it himself, pulled it over to the ramp, walked over, pulled the boat out of the water, or not the boat out of the water, but the ramp, and he got into the camper, was unloading a couple things, and his tackle box was there. And so he's got one of these massive tackle boxes, okay? I don't know where he got it. It looked like a giant cooler, but anyway, he grabs the tackle box to go load it as his wife is standing over on the side watching this all happen. And he forgot to latch the tackle box. And he lifted it up, and it just blew up everywhere. The whole thing completely dumped out all over the boat ramp, and we were kind of one of those oh my gosh moments, laughing under our breath, saying a quick prayer for his wife later that night. And he just closed it up, walked off, and left everything there. So I guess the moral of this story, what is the moral of this story? Guys, don't be like that. Okay, don't be the tackle box dropper all over the boat ramp guy. Okay, show some love and patience, and we hope that everything went well. But we had a great fishing trip. We caught a lot of fish every time we went, and those are some of the greatest memories that I've ever had. And I hope you enjoyed the story today, and I hope you have a great day tomorrow. And until then, be safe.